Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. Now today I'm coming with you with a video that I've had planned for a while. Finally I'm getting the chance to do it, and it's a video that I've wanted to do because I feel like a lot of people have been very split on what I'm about to talk about. As you know by the title of the video, it's called Is Bobby Firmino Still Good Enough? That's what I want to talk about in this video. Basically, the Liverpool fans have been very split and people have been calling for the neck of Bobby Firmino. I even done a poll on my story, which I'll put on the screen right now, and the numbers and stuff like that. And people were still split. More people were still in favour for Bobby Firmino, but I was basically just asking, do you think it's just a dip in form, the way he's been playing recently, or do you think it is time for a new option? So for the man who was once claimed as one of the more important players in our squad at one point, maybe even the most important, what's gone wrong? If anything has gone wrong, that's what I want to talk about in this video. I just basically want to give my opinion on the whole situation and make sure that you're discussing in the comments down below. So first off, I've got his stats in front of me here. I've got the goals that he's got overall since he's joined Liverpool, and not only that, I've got his goals and assists season by season. So if I go through them, overall, he's got 78 goals, 62 assists in 249 games for the Reds. That's a sound return. And we also know that Bobby Firmino was never brought in to get 30 goals a season. So to see him to not have the numbers that Fernando Torres or Luis Suarez has isn't really too surprising, and I think we're all okay with that. But before I go into any of the topics that I want to talk about, I want to just go through season by season. So in his first season, he played 49 games for the Reds, 11 goals and 11 assists. I've put it on the screen anyway, so you'll know. You can pause the video and you can look at it yourself. But in the season after that, his second season, 16-17, he had 41 games, 12 goals and 11 assists. So only one more goal and the same amount of assists as the season before. Now 17-18, bear in mind this was the season when Mo Salah joined, and arguably our attack was at its peak in terms of goals, in terms of creating goals. He played 54 games, so very few injuries that season from the looks of it for Bobby Firmino, and 27 goals with 17 assists. He hadn't matched this before and he hasn't matched this season since, but again, like I said, take into consideration that was when Liverpool was at their best in attacking football. The season after this, 18-19, 48 games, 16 goals and 8 assists. Again, pretty similar, still on the goal side of things, better, but in terms of assists, that's the lowest he's ever had. And then obviously last season he played 52 games, got 12 goals with 13 assists. So he had the same amount of goals as he got in his first two seasons, more than his first. It's only 18-19 and 17-18 that he's got less goals than, but he's got the most assists he's ever had. And when you look at this season, he's already got 2 assists. So has he really dropped off? Well, statistically, not really. When you look at them stats, he hasn't really dropped off. Yes, he's had his peak season, but like I said, that's when Salah came in. But it's not like he's gone from 15 to 12 goals to like 5 to 7 goals. He's gone from what is 27 goals in his peak year to 16 to 12, but like I said, that's just with how Liverpool changed the style of play. So if he's still contributing the same, then what's really the issue is what you're probably asking. This is my ethos on since he's joined the club to now. Overall, I think he's a better player. Make sure that you're interacting in the comments down below and let me know if you disagree with any of my points. I think he's overall a better player. I think he creates more chances for himself and his teammates around him. But it just doesn't seem like he's got that killer instinct, killer finisher instinct there. It doesn't feel like when he's in front of goal that he's really got that absolute pizzazz to just put that ball in the net. He seems a little bit more focused on maybe hitting it with the outside of his foot, making it look a bit more fancy. We know he likes the one-eye goals as well. We know that he loves to do that, and it's absolutely amazing when that works out. But when you haven't scored at home for however long he hasn't scored at home for, I haven't actually looked into that, I probably should have. I do feel like that you should be more focused on just getting that ball into the net, if that makes any sense. And I'm not trying to throw shade at Bobby Firmino, I still absolutely love him. And like I said, I'm going to let my opinion known on what I think about Bobby Firmino and whether he is still good enough for Liverpool. That's just one department in his game that I feel like he could definitely elevate a few more levels. But one thing I want to ask you, Reds, is are we asking, and do you know what, even neutrals, are Liverpool fans, are we asking too much from Bobby Firmino? Are we asking him to play a role that was never really meant for him? Now, that's a bit of a mad thing to say, considering, like I said, in the 7-18 season, he surpassed 20 goals, got a very good number of assists. So we know he has done well at that role before. We know Jurgen Klopp does like to change the style of play. That was a point that I mentioned briefly earlier, which leads to the point now is, Bobby Firmino wears the number 9 shirt. On the formation list, he plays as a striker. But if he was wearing a number 10 and was just playing slightly deeper, and let's say Mo Salah was filled into that number 9 role, and let's say Mane was just next to Mo Salah, and then Bobby Firmino was the type of cam, but because we see it as a front three, do we expect more? That's what I want to know. So because he's wearing a number 9, he should get 20 goals a season. That's where we have a problem. If that is the case, that's wrong, that's stupid, because you are then isolating all the good things that he does that other strikers don't put the shift in to do. Now, I know that you're going to call that opinion lazy, and you're going to say, but James, you're just making it an easy way out for him there. And that's absolutely fair enough if that's your opinion. But my opinion is Bobby Firmino does offer a lot more than what other strikers don't. He does do more of the track and back. I don't think he does it as much as what he gets the credit for, but he still does it to the point where it makes a difference for the team. And he is, and like I said, he is still contributing with goals and assists. It's not like statistically the numbers have dropped humongously. Now, I'm sure you get the gist of where I stand with Bobby Firmino, but that doesn't mean I'm not open to seeing Bobby Firmino maybe change his system in the team, change his position in the team. Is it time for either a new role for Bobby Firmino, or is it just time to maybe look at some other replacements? As for the replacement side of things, I thought we kind of missed our chance to get a new number 9 with Timo Werner going to Chelsea. Obviously, I'm sure that move probably would have happened if this whole COVID situation didn't break out. I'm sure we could have got that deal over the line because we was heavily linked with him, and it just seems like Chelsea came in and swooped him from under our fucking wings. And I am devastated about it because Werner is a top-class player, and I weren't even going to bring in Werner to replace Firmino. This was before Thiago had signed and stuff like that, so now it would be a lot more complicated. But what I would have done is move Firmino back, because I think he could put a shift in the midfield. You've got to bear in mind he has been a cam for a lot of his career. It's only recently at Liverpool he's been playing that number 9 role. But I do think we forget that Klopp did transform Bobby's role for a reason, and that was for the dynamics of our team. So the last thing I want to ask you and offer to you is, does he deserve the criticism that he is getting off Liverpool fans? Because people have been getting on his backs, and like I always say this in videos, and I want to make it clear in this one, that I feel it's absolutely okay to go after players if they're in a dip of form. And Bobby Firmino is in a dip of form right now, and that's not something that we should be trying to dismiss or anything like that. That's not the point of this video. But I do think, just with the fact some people are completely scrapping off Bobby Firmino, like people are saying he's not good enough. Liverpool fans are saying he's not good enough. I do think that's a bit harsh. But that being said, I do feel like even if he finished half the chances that he missed, we'd have a completely different opinion on him because of how skillful he is, how much he brings. But because he doesn't bring that aspect in terms of the numbers, in terms of the 20 goals and the 20 assists that you ideally want from a player who was playing in a team that is a team of champions, it's realistic to have them high expectations of them. But then you've got to be brought back down to earth when I tell you that Bobby Firmino just isn't that type of player. And be careful what you wish for when you say Bobby Firmino is not good enough to be in the Liverpool team. And I say that because Bobby Firmino does a lot of things that other strikers don't. And you will realise that if Bobby Firmino is placed, say hypothetically we sold Bobby Firmino, brought in a new number 9, I don't think that we do that, because I believe Jurgen Klopp is on the same lines as me, and he absolutely believes in the striker that he's got, and he believes he's the best fitted for the system that we play. But say hypothetically we did, just be careful. We've got goal scorers. If you want someone who can score 20, 30 goals a season, boom, you've already got Mo Salah for that type of situation. If you want a skillful type of dribbler player who's a bit more flashy and works hard, boom, you've got Sadio Mane for that. And then when you want everything else, the link up, the thing that puts everything together, the piece of blue tack that puts the picture on the wall, then that is Bobby Firmino. That's my opinion. That's my conclusion on it. Listen, Bobby Firmino is not perfect. He is not the best player in world football. He's not even the best number 9 in world football. But at whatever it is that he does, and this is a little saying from Chris Jericho back in WWE, I am the best in the world at what I do. And if Bobby Firmino came out and said that statement, I am all for it, brother. You do whatever you want, you absolutely gorgeous white teeth bastard. I love you so much. And I have the utmost admiration for Bobby Firmino, and as of right now, he is in a dip of form, but I do not think that the criticism that he gets is justified, and just as I say, just be careful what you wish for. But like I said, make sure that you're being interactive in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about everything that I've said in this video. Hopefully I've got my point across. Hopefully it doesn't just come across like I'm trying to just be optimistic about my own players. Believe me, if I felt like we had to replace Bobby Firmino, I would say it. And I'm being honest when I say I would have took Werner over Bobby Firmino in the number 9 role, but that doesn't mean I would have took Firmino out the team, because like I said, he offers so much more. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, be sure you leave a like. Make sure that you are subscribed to the James Redmond TV. Leave a comment if you haven't already. Thank you so much for the support as well. Use like a bit more of a serious note now, but let's get out of video action, let's get a bit emotional. Just thank you, honestly, everything has been boss. And I know I say it at the end of every video, but I feel like I can only do that because I don't know how else to repay you. I'm going to be doing a 10k Q&A very soon, so if you've got any questions for that, leave it in the comments down below. Also, follow me Instagram and stuff like that, because there's going to be so much other content posted on there and posted this season, so make sure you're over there, Twitter, Instagram. Anyway, nice one, I'll see you in a bit. Ta-ra.